kind of silent.
Welcome in to a live stream Wednesday as part of Point 3 podcast. We're here to break down this week's news, and there is quite a lot of news from all things Marvel, DC, and everything. Yeah. How are we feeling on this fine Wednesday, gentlemen?
Dude, I'm ready. We got something big plans here. So stick with us until the end. If you're watching this live, appreciate you. If you're watching this recorded, subscribe. Let us know what you liked from this live stream. What was your favorite piece of news? That's what I'm curious about today. Of all the things we run down, what was the most interesting thing that we talked about? Hero Scroll. What are we doing for the deep dive today?
Oh, we got something juicy. Now that the DCEU is officially done, over with, we decided that we're gonna give you guys our tier list of DCEU design. So this is basically suit design, character design only. This is solely a tier list going off of looks. We'll get to the finer details of that when we start the deep dive, though. But I'm excited. I think we're gonna have fun with this one.
Yes. All right. Let's not keep the people waiting. First piece of news, we're going to kick it off with DC. Millie Alcock has officially been cast as Supergirl for the DCU via Deadline. Spider Brando, will she do good in the role?
As a huge supporter of her from House of the Dragons, I think she's going to kill it. Give her like a good script and James Gunnify. Again, not James Gunnify, but give her a good script and some dialogue, good Superman potentially, and I can see her doing great in that role. She has the looks for it. So,
yeah, very, very good start. Speaking of James Gunn and Superman, James Gunn confirms that Superman Legacy will not focus on his origin, and that Supergirl, Women of Tomorrow, will be after Superman Legacy. Hero Scroll, how long after Legacy, how long is it a good time to wait for Supergirl to appear?
It's hard to say, right? Because I think after the past couple of years of Phase 4 and the start of Phase 5 with the MCU, clearly, if it's not within a year at least, we might start complaining. But it also depends how well they handle her in if she comes out in something like Superman Legacy or before. I think James Gunn later confirmed that she's going to be appearing in something pre.
I don't
Supergirl?
think Superman Legacy though.
But he didn't say Legacy.
Yeah.
So he just said pre Supergirl. So either way, I hope it's not long. I think as long as she has a decent, maybe 5-10 minutes in whatever project, and then comes back maybe a couple months, I'd say at most a year.
That's fair. Keep it riding high. Yeah. Now we have some Sony news.
Disappointing Sony news. So I know Spider Brando is crying. He saw this last night or whenever it broke. I think it was Monday, and I know he shed a couple tears because his favorite movie, El Muerto, the movie that is based off a comic book character that only appeared in 2 comics, is back. It's back in development.
do you see my
But
favorite movie?
Your favorite, extra most favorite movie, and we lost him. But it's without Bad Bunny. This is via Variety who broke the story. So, Spider Brando, I gotta specifically ask you this as such a big fan and as such a big El Muerto fan.
I'm about to leave right now if you keep putting these words in my mouth.
But basically, what does Sony want to gain out of these kinds of movies? Because it feels like there's not a market for them, for movies like this, Craven, Morbius. What do you think they want out of these movies?
I got no clue, man. It seems like they just have no idea what they're doing themselves. But my friend had asked me the other day if I had $1 billion, what I would do with it. And my first reaction was straight up to give Sony a $1 billion just so I could pitch a freaking damn idea to them on how to connect all these movies and make a good Sony Spider-Man universe film. And as part of the cut, obviously, I would get certain percentages of profits because these movies would be profitable and people would be clamoring to the theaters to see them instead of no one caring about Bad Bunny being El Muerto or no one even caring about a Sony movie that's coming out in just about 2 weeks from today named Madam Web. When, they just, no one cares about these movies because there's just no flow or cohesiveness to them. You talk about the MCU and not having anything connect in Phase 4. What the heck is connecting in the Sony movies? You got a random Vulture appearance at the end of Morbius, which makes no sense based off of what we've seen the spell do from No Way Home. But all those references of Spider-Man references in the Morbius trailer cut from the entire movie just as a little marketing ploy to get us hype thinking. And I don't know, man. They better tie some shit together with Madam Web to really make these movies make sense because I don't know I don't know why. This dude had 2 comic book appearances. The comics didn't even want him. Why do we want him?
Here's to those points. Here's my thing. First off, if they took what is existing in this, if they're still calling it Venomverse, Spider-Verse, Sonyverse, whatever we want to call it, the entire star cast of every single of these movies can come tie my shoes together, and I still wouldn't care. There is truthfully no value in Sony Marvel projects, period. And I don't know why they're insistent on even putting these things out there to be rumored to be in development. It is a waste of time. It's a waste of money. Oddly enough, though, would I say I hope Disney absorbs Sony? No, I don't know. It's pointless. It's pointless for
They
those
just
types of
need
movies.
Spider-Man back under their full control.
I feel like whoever is the top head at Sony that has like the final say, I feel like they just see social media posts and they're like, wow, our movie's trending. People are talking about our movie. And the assistant comes in and they're like, sir or ma'am, they're not, it's a bad, no, I don't care. They're talking about the movie.
Dude,
so that means we need to keep making more. And everybody's like, no, no, we don't need to. And he's like, but we do. Who's the most obscure character we can pick? And then they just do, because even with something like Madam Web, I feel like there could be a world, a timeline, if you would, where we want a Madam Web movie or a Madam Web project of sorts would make sense.
That's
but
what
right
this
now it
movie
just
should
doesn't.
do. That's the issue. It's like after No Way Home and like opening the multiverse, this is their perfect chance to connect all this shit together and really freaking like solidify what the SSU, I guess we'll call it, has been trying to cook on like a low heat.
But the issue
at the
is
same time, it won't.
they're still holding that Spider-Man IP hostage, right? They don't want to give up full control. They don't want Disney to have full control. Sony knows that if they lose Spider-Man and anything associated with Spider-Man, then
They're
Sony
toast.
Entertainment for the most part is done, right? That's been their bread and butter. That's what they made their foundation on. I mean, we talked about it in our last video that we recorded, which check that out because we talk about the most important Marvel movies, not including the MCU, but there is a Sony project that falls into that bucket. It's just the wrong people are making the the calls here, and it's just, I don't think it'll ever change. It's one of those things that I feel like it's like embedded in someone's will, and it's just gonna be passed from family to family, and it's gonna die over there.
Yeah.
And we may never see. I'll go on a limb and say, in our lifetime, there's a chance that we never see Sony relinquish the Spider-Man IP.
I could see that happening. Yeah.
I could also see that, especially considering they bought it for $7 million. I doubt they ever will like fully get rid of it, but
No.
I don't know, man. They got a freaking like they just got so much work to do. Or Matt and Webb could come out in 2 weeks and we eat our dust. But
It's just
no.
there's
For
a
an hour and 40-minute movie,
0%
no
chance.
chance of happening.
35% on Rotten Tomatoes audience score. Max.
Already?
No,
Oh.
I'm just predicting that.
Oh,
It's gonna be
That future state.
Yeah, 2.4 out
your
of 5.
clairvoyance.
Just
Yeah.
no, don't even start with that clairvoyance crap. I'm sorry, with the whole premise of this movie, it's just butt.
Well, we wish it would go through rewrites, right? That leads us into our next piece of news, into the Marvel section specifically. It's rumored.
That's the best segue.
I had to, right? It's rumored that Fantastic Four is going through rewrites once again, with the script taking about, I think, 2 months max. This is via Daniel RPK. Guys, are we getting nervous for this movie? This is what, the second or third round of rewrites for this film?
Okay. Pause for a second. I swear this will be Lou's final negative Nancy comment for the rest of this live. What makes me nervous hearing that first is that we're hearing more updates from industry insiders than we are from actual people who are a part of these projects, i.e. a Kevin Feige. We look towards Daniel RPK to give us the news that we want on the state of the MCU and what is going on internally from a Marvel standpoint, from an MCU standpoint. And we have James Gunn on the other side for the DCU being very transparent, saying, hey, this is false. This is true. This is the character. This is who's cast. This is the timeline. It has been 1 year that the DCU, without even having a project out in front of us, has already taken a step over the MCU in terms of transparency, giving the fans what they want, taking their time, quality over quantity type of things, making it new, exciting, and fresh. We should not be getting Marvel MCU news from an insider like hotcakes. And this man, I don't know if he's going to buy a planet with all the money that he's probably making from all this stuff. I don't know how he's doing it. And I don't know. But I'm nervous that this is the source. And I'm nervous that he's kind of been right. And I'm nervous for the Fantastic Four on the heels of what we talked about last week.
Yeah. You hit the nail on the head there, that I think the main issue is that it isn't specifically that it's coming from someone like him, like an industry insider. It isn't. And then the way that I'll explain is that when it comes from an industry insider, they can't really explain, right? Because I'm sure either their sources will get in trouble for breaking some sort of NDA, or they don't have the full story with some of them. They just heard this, or they have bits and pieces, right? When you have someone like James Gunn, right? Obviously, he's not going to tell you the full extent because there has to be surprises, but he's going to give you enough to keep you satisfied, right? And like you said, we are still over a year away before we see anything DCU related. Over an entire year. And fans aren't rabid. Fans aren't mad. They could be, but they're not. Why? Because you get someone like James Gunn telling you everything that's kind of going along in the process, right? He's telling you, hey, even little things like, hey, we've done the screen tests for Superman. I think he said the other day we have some storyboards. We have like costume done. You get these little updates and it's like, wow, that's awesome. With Fantastic Four, a movie that is also a year away, we know nothing. We don't know who is the cast officially, right? We only think, and it's heavily rumored and speculated, that Pedro Pascal is offered because of industry insiders, but no one has said it yet.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know. We don't know what they're going to look like. We don't know who's playing them. We only really know the director and the writers, and that's it. And a logo.
Yeah.
We know next to nothing about this movie. We don't know the villain. We don't know what the story's going to focus on. It's a little worrying that because it's coming out from people like industry insiders, we don't get the chance to really get our questions answered. And then that leads to just more outrage, I think.
Well said.
You nervous over there, Spider-Man now?
Yes and no. I am nervous because obviously, as we've seen, Marvel with rewrites the last couple of years has been questionable for the worse. But also, if they are rewriting it to like fit the casting of Pedro or fit like certain casting updates better, and kind of how the MCU is going to be around that time, especially with the King stuff potentially getting changed or going on, then it could be for the better. But like you guys said, we just don't know. We don't have a Feige being like, all right, everything is all cool. The ship is not sinking and filling us on info. So it's very, very hard to tell. But I'd say I'm like lukewarm on nervousness. Give me a cast and then maybe I won't be as nervous. But
I don't know, man. MCU casting, shaky ground still. That's not as concrete as it used to be. Well,
only time will tell.
Only time will tell. This next piece of news from our good friend, that's not our friend Daniel RPK. Blade got a decent update here. The main villain is reportedly going to be Lilith, who is going to hunt for Blade's daughter. And interestingly enough, will have the ebony blade. Ooh. Y'all, what do we think? Are we getting some connections here right now?
I was gonna say my main question for it is when is this taking place? Like when is Blade taking place? Is this before the Eternals or after? Because if it's before, then his line of like, are you sure you want to do that or whatever he says to Dane, I think makes a lot more sense and will fill in gaps nicely for Blade.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's got some world building. I'm thinking like I got a little barbecue sauce on my fingers right now, and I'm about to be like, it's gonna be delicious.
Yeah.
Timing is a big thing for me, but this could fill in a lot of gaps on a lot of sides of the MCU. Going the lineage of Dane Whitman. Why is he associated? How did his blade Lilith? You know what I mean? Like you're getting the darker side of the MCU intertwined with the mystical side, which I'm just gonna throw it out here. If they still want to do it, they could get some Mephisto in here.
They could. I don't think this is where he shows up though.
No, but just building out the lore in like what a logical, smart story should do is drop nuggets.
I was going to say, though, I think the perfect person that you can drop in here, there's two. I think one fits better than the other.
Okay.
Elsa Bloodstone and Werewolf by Night. I think those two you can maneuver them a little better than someone like Mephisto because they are already somewhat established. And I think Mephisto would fit better in something like a Ghost Rider. We said that in a Ghost Rider, special presentation that isn't a thing, but I think that's where he would fit best.
Yeah. I think I'm taking it more of the route of like the overarching manipulator villain in the background who's gone back along the lines of Dane Whitman's lineage and those types of things, and pulling in. I mean, if you think about it, you could pull in Merlin, you could pull in Morgan Le Fay. We can get some Darkhold, Chthon, like all that kind of Scarlet Witch backstory, that kind of stuff. Wundagore, they could go deep with this if they wanted to, and maybe introduce some things and kind of, I don't want to say retcon, but fill in gaps that are brand new. I'm intrigued by that personally. I think they could do a lot with it.
They could.
That would be exciting.
It's also interesting to me that they're using Blade's daughter, who, comic book wise, she's a very much new thing. I think as little as last year was her debut. So I'm wondering why that's the route they're going down. It's not a bad route at all, but it instantly gives Blade better motivations, I would think, than just like Vampire Hunter. Maybe he's retired, or maybe he's done for now, and this is the reason for him to come back in. And like you said, maybe they can fill in some gaps with her.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm curious. We'll see.
I'll throw this one other piece out there. By no means am I a Mr. MCU type of hater. If you've watched this channel, you know that to be true. However, I think this is the one time where I feel like they may be forcing a female character into a story that might not need to be in the story yet, because Blade is so new to the MCU and such a raw character. I think the expectation is we move forward with some of these younger characters. I think by default, you expect Blade's daughter, if she survives, to kind of fall more into the, like, this could be another Young Avenger type of character or something along those lines. Again, we don't know how old they're going to be. Blade could be hundreds of years old, depending on how they tell his story. I wouldn't think so. But I wouldn't put in past the MCU to kind of tweak some things to fit some sort of other narrative. So,
well, hopefully it ends up being well. Another piece of news via our awesome friend RPK. A new Iron Fist project is reportedly in development, with a woman expected to be in the main role. That is how he said it per his post. So do we think this is a win for Marvel? At least trying to bring back the Iron Fist character in a way? And I see Lou is instantly shaking his head, and I kind of agree. But Lou, what's your reasoning?
Iron Fist could be a staple of the MCU and could run street and mystical easily. But that's Danny Rand. This is the issue that we get with what's canon, what's not, from what they're pulling over in Netflix. For me personally, Iron Fist should be a pure reboot. Very accurate from a comic standpoint. I didn't love Danny Rand from Netflix, but I enjoyed the show. It's just, I don't love this choice. I would prefer our ripped off the pages looking Iron Fist in this case.
Yeah.
So I think this is a mistake, if true.
Spider Brando, what are your thoughts?
I'm gonna agree with Lou as well. I haven't watched the Netflix Iron Fist, so I can't say much experience, but I would rather it just get rebooted so I don't have to go back and watch that show. I've heard many mixed things about it, and I don't know. I think it would be cool to, even if it's male, female. I don't know much about Iron Fist at all, so I don't even. Would that be a full like gender swap if they were to do a female one, or is there like a female Iron Fist in the comics?
I mean, the popular one, if it is, I don't know. I know minimal about Iron Fist.
I do know the Iron Fist is a mantle,
right?
So there have been multiple, and I think there have been women taking the role. I just think this goes back to what we were talking about earlier in the lack of having someone communicate because of things like this, where you're going to have people who, unfortunately, because they hear the word woman, are going to freak out. And that might not be the case. Maybe she is the main focus, but she's probably not Danny Rand.
Mm-hmm.
or she might be looking for Danny Rand for whatever reason. He's gone. I don't know, right? But it muddies the waters a lot and makes you question what Marvel's thinking, changing yet just going off of face value, changing another character that comic fans love, gender swapping them for seemingly no reason once again.
I'll put it this way. There's in no world do you take the Netflix Danny Rand and put him up against Shang-Chi without the 10 rings, and you're just like, who would win in a fight type of thing? Like the fantasies about that 1v1 where people are like 10 matches, it's 5-5, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of how it feels. That's not the case. And this route doesn't satisfy that for me personally. Again, I can get on board with the gender swap for Silver Surfer. Come at me all you want for that one. That's a story. We can debate that all day. But this case, huge missed opportunity. Huge.
Sure.
Huge.
Next bit of news.
Yes. This one, we'll quickly run through this one because this will be developing. But John David Washington is being considered for the role of Kang. Here's the question. Do we like that they potentially are recasting Kang so quickly?
Yes. Because it assures fans that they're not trying to veer too off course, with what they're planning. And I think another course correction is not what they need right now.
And
I think John David Washington could play Killer Kang too.
I was going to say that exact same thing.
Yeah, that might be a really, really good thing for Kang, actually. And not to say that Jonathan Majors didn't do his thing, but it would be a nice upgrade in a lot of ways. Another nice piece of news we're finally getting some more clarity on is X-Men 97 is reportedly going to be 10 episodes long and will be coming out mid to late March. And this is via Cosmic Circus. What is the hype level for this out of 10? Spider Brando.
6, 7. I'm going 7. I'm hyped. I am hyped for the show, but not knowing much about it. I don't know.
5.
5.
Dang. Very middle of the road. Here's the issue. We've known about this show for what, 3 years almost?
21.
It just should be done, right? Because we're getting marketing material for it. We're getting pops, we're getting action figures, you're getting lunchboxes, all kinds of stuff. When's the trailer? I haven't seen a lick of this series at all. Not even a preview. I haven't heard the voices, the new voices. I haven't heard the returning voices. I don't know what this is going to look like in motion because that's a very important part of an animated series. I'm at a 5. And also, I'll be quite honest, and this is not a knock towards the source. I don't know who Cosmic Circus is, and in the research that I tried to find, I couldn't find anything on them. So, for all I know, this could be just someone saying what they want, and other sites picking it up.
Yeah,
and then mid to late March comes around. D23 comes around, and then Kevin Feige magically pops up from his prison cell that Disney has him in. And then he's like, guys.
Rapunzel.
Yeah. Guys, X-Men 97 is coming out March of 2025. Bye-bye. And then they put him back in his box.
Yeah. No. It's very Mandarin. Very MCU Mandarin. I mean, listen, I loved X-Men 97. I have some sort of weird mental blocker to not associate this with the MCU because I don't want to be ruined. And I grew up on X-Men 97 along with the animated Spider-Man series. There's tons of good stuff that's on Disney Plus that's animated from the 90s. It's just fun. I just hope this is standalone. And I really don't care when it comes out, to be honest with you, because it's not going to mean anything. assume that it's going to skew things for casuals who are like, the mutants are finally here, and they're like, nah, those aren't the right mutants, and you're just like, but these are good ones, we like these ones, and you're just like, you're never gonna see them again, so sorry. You can
Bye.
go back and watch Disney Plus for $14.99 and get our Hulu bundle though.
It's a very good marketing tactic.
It's just, they do have Hulu on there. I have to admit, it was very convenient to watch a show on when I was on Disney Plus. Watching fresh off the boat. It's a good show. If you guys
I've heard that's a good show.
it's funny.
Oh,
Never heard of it.
I've heard. Speaking of marketing tactics and good and bad, I think this one is just kind of unfortunate because of the timing and when this movie was supposed to be originally released and where it is now. Thanks to the Amazon Collector Core box, the Funko Pop subscription box, we got our first semi-official look, if you can call it that, at Sam Wilson's new Captain America suit. We're not going to show you a picture in case you want to keep yourself, non-spoiled, and we will try not to describe it, but we can't make any promises. So semi-spoiler warning. Guys, I know you've seen it. Is this suit better than his last suit?
It will look better than his last suit, but I don't prefer it over what it should be. I think his last suit was very unrefined and did not make Sam look great, in my opinion, but the color scheme was sick. I think this suit's going to look sick and fitted on him. And I think now he has time to prep for the role. I think it's going to look nasty, but if they have this suit design with last color scheme, I think that would just be
Spider Brando?
I like it, but it does. I don't know. Looks a little goofy. It's too much. Not goofy. I don't know. There's just too much blue. So I agree with your statement on adding in the white, because his last suit had a lot of white on there, on the chest piece, and that was pretty cool. I think he needs more white. Just to
without
the
spoiling,
wings. The wings look good.
Yeah. The reasons why some people don't like it though is because they say a certain scheme is meant for Steve Rogers Cap instead of Sam Wilson. I'm like, I get it, but at the same time, I've never been one to gatekeep a mantle or moniker or something like that. I don't think that's terrible, but Hero, do you like it?
Yeah, I like it. I was trying to look up really quick if that's a scheme that's been done in a comic, but it's really not. I think he's definitely kept more the white version more. I don't know. I want to see it in motion. I want to see more of it. It looks cool. I just need to see more before I'm like, yes, this is better. But it looks fine enough from the small slip.
Yeah. Piggybacking on that, because we need to get to our deep dive. Rapid fire here. Serpent Society is out from Captain America Brave New World. It was reported that this was the first big action set piece involving Cap, Falcon, and Isaiah Bradley. And this is via Can We Get Toast? Good thing or bad thing, Serpent Society is out. Spider Brando.
Bad. I'm going to say bad. I liked the idea of having the Serpent Society in this movie and a new villainous group for Cap to fight against. It'd be cool. It'll be kind of like his Hydra.
Yeah, I second that. I think it's stupid that they would take it out. I don't know who they're going to put in, but if the Serpent Society moves over to the Thunderbolts team, I would be okay with that if that movie takes them on.
Yeah, agreed. I'll third that.
All right. This one is odd to me. Lewis Pullman has officially been cast as Sentry in Thunderbolts. Do we like this third attempt at a reported casting for Sentry now? Maybe fourth?
I think technically third.
Well, there's a lot of Ryan Gosling attachments to it, and then There have
I
been
think
a
that
lot of
was-
people linked to it, but officially,
Yeah,
guess
I
not.
thought I was gonna say I thought Ryan Gosling was fan stuff though, but I might be wrong.
He wasn't officially casted, but there was a
Oh,
lot of
okay.
rumors that he had met with Marvel for the role
Oh,
specifically.
okay. I'll be honest. I don't really know who he is. So
You
He's a
won't
great
after the movie
actor.
either. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Damn.
It's not
mean,
the
it's-
Sentry that I want. I'm sorry. This is just another case. I think I'm like tripling down on this now. There are just certain characters where I can't sit, and I'm sorry to say this, I can't sit here and watch some of these actors play roles of characters who are on the level of a Superman like and sit here and believe that you're doing what you're doing. I'm like, if I bumped into you in the supermarket, you'd fall over and crumble. Like, that's not who should be playing this role, in my personal opinion.
it's a whole look debate though. So I mean, who
I
knows? Maybe 2 years from now, or however long till this movie starts filming, he's buffed up and he's,
dog. This guy
ripped.
can buff all he wants.
But
Thinking he's not Sentry
Lewis,
buff.
if there's one person in the MCU that I would think Lewis Pullman would be able to be casted as, it would be Spider-Man, because he looks just like fucking Tom Holland. They're so similar to me in my mind that certain movies I've seen Pullman and I was like, is that Tom?
I just
He's a
can't-
great actor. If you've seen Bad Times at the El Royale, highly recommend that movie. Also, very underrated, but he was a phenomenal actor
Can you picture
in
him
that
with
movie.
long
But I
blonde
can't
hair?
see him in as Sentry and like just playing a type of character like that in the MCU.
I feel like he's more of like Sasha Kaye's No Sun Supergirl.
Yeah,
Just bones.
yeah, I would
I
agree
hope they
with that.
surprise me. I hope they surprise me.
well, one last piece of Thunderbolt news that people were making a big deal about. I don't really know why. Ayo Edebiri, if I butchered her name, I'm sorry, has left Thunderbolts due to scheduling conflicts, and her replacement is Geraldine IV. I cannot attempt that because
Is
I
it
will butcher it.
Vishwanathan?
Is Wanathan is
It could be. I don't want to butcher it though.
WandaVision and
Yeah. The role is still unknown. This is via Deadline. It's reportedly incredibly small.
it's because
So-
it's because of the bear. It's because of the bear, the show she was in. She was really fun if you haven't watched it. And I think people are blowing this way out of proportion.
Absolutely. I agree.
Do we take like a break, or is this like a we'll be right back? We're about to set something really fun up, so don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial.
Don't touch the dial. Do not touch that dial.
No.
Oh.
So what are we doing now? What are we doing now?
All
Heroes?
right. So that was the news. Everybody, welcome to our deep dive section now. We are hitting a tier list of the best DCEU designs. As we stated before, this is purely just off of the look of the character design. So this is including like suit, face, everything, motion. Note a few things. Because of timing, we can only include 15 characters. Because if not, we would be here for legit 2 hours, and not everybody has that time. All right. So, which means if your favorite character isn't in here, just wait for part 2, because we're probably going to do one.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
There are some notable exclusions, but that's okay. That's okay. Now, another note, I tried in preparation to really include their first official like movie appearances. There are a couple exceptions here. For example, a certain aquatic character, I could not find his first a good clear picture of his first suit. So I just had to go off the most recent one. So just of note. Also, one note, there's 2 duplicate characters, mainly because their suits are incredibly different from their first and then final appearance in this list. So without further ado, let's start presenting this screen. Ooh, I'm clicking the wrong button.
It's tough out here, though.
Definitely don't want to be sharing the screen. You don't want to.
Yeah, don't be doing that, man.
Listen, why aren't you
gotta
presenting?
only
huh?
keep the
Amount of
0.3
times
certified stuff.
Amount of times I've actually doxed my email from, or like my personal email from having the tab open in the top left.
Yeah. Okay, why isn't it working?
The curse of 3 monitors. Sometimes.
Come on now.
I wish I had 3.
All right, hold on.
3's tough. 3's tough. I would
I
say
could do 3 if I went like 2 vertical.
I
But
like
I don't think
having
I could
like
do.
1, 2, and then there's a third right like down.
Oh yeah.
That's how I like. Or those big curved ones though, of like if you have a curved desk
The giant white, those
and it
freaking
just
49-inch
goes,
ones.
yeah.
Yeah, those are cool. You could like split up your. You could
Yeah.
split up the screen into different like
Yes.
windows.
Yes. I
Sick.
would love that. If I never had the tab again in my life, it would be money, or at least having like, I don't know, good windows. It's not
Yeah,
bad.
where did Hero just go?
He dipped. He's gone. He's out of
Damn.
here. Listen, we were talking about this earlier while we were waiting for Hero to come back. If you had to give the DCEU a grade overall out of 10 of just the overall DCEU, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, what would you give it?
I'm going with 6.
That's fair.
It had its moments. It had a lot of bad moments. Oh, it's like not every movie was terrible to where it would be at like a 5 or below. So I'd say it's got a notch above 6. You know, Flash really saved it. Said no one ever.
I
A
still,
lot of people said it actually.
it's
Somehow.
funny. Yeah, but it's funny seeing Aquaman now like do what it did, and it crossed the $400,000 mark. And we were talking about, I remember we were giving our predictions. We said it was going to be low, but we were saying there's a chance it could have legs because it can survive on an international, global box office. And it has.
Yeah,
And
it's crazy.
it is kind of crazy though. It's cool to think like in the States it got demolished, but yeah, no.
I still have to watch it. Ooh. Excuse me. I still have to watch it. My cousin watched it the other day and gave me his little review on it.
What do you think?
Thought it was terrible.
Really?
Yep. Let me try to find the exact.
It's tough. It is very difficult to today define what is terrible.
Oh yeah.
Because again, there's so many layers to it of, do you think it's terrible because it didn't feel like a Marvel movie? Is it terrible because of the main actor? Is it terrible because of the villain? Did it look bad? Like it's just, you got it?
This is official context of Brando's cousin. If Aquaman 1 was an 8, then I rate Aquaman 2 a 6.5. Actually, I'll give it a 6. And there's the spoiler about the end fight scene that I won't say. And then I replied saying, "Damn, I heard the post-credit scene was absolute dog shit." And then he had said, "Ridiculous, waste of time." And that's where we ended our conversation.
Yeah. Are you back?
Oh, Hero. I thought all 3 of us have been in different freaking. Have gone throughout the rotation of where we are on the screen.
It's around, baby.
Why do I hear myself?
I hear you. You
Why are you
sound
in
great.
here twice?
That's what I want to know.
What happens if we?
Can you kick one out?
I can't remove you from the stage or from like. Oh, it's gone.
He removed.
All right. What about now? Am I in here twice?
No.
Nope. You're fine.
I can't hear you guys now. What in the world?
What is going on?
Oh.
I'm gonna remove myself. Hold on. Keep talking about whatever you guys were talking about. as I try to
Technical
fix this issue.
difficulties. Okay. I was gonna say, if he comes back in and we can't do the suit tier list ranking, I do have one question for you guys on the DCEU versus DCU, pertaining specifically to, it has been a year since James Gunn and Peter Safran announced the DCU slate, Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters.
It's been a fast freaking year.
It has been a fast year, so I want to see what you guys think on that, and too. We could do a little mini deep dive. Can you hear us now?
I can hear you now. All right.
All right.
Let's see if I can present
Nice.
now. We're definitely cutting this when we re-upload it as a video. Oh man. Hey, okay.
Okay, we're back.
Perfect.
We're back. We're
All
back.
right. Well, sorry about that.
All right. Intro it fresh. Intro it fresh.
All right, let's redo this. Let's cut it from the start. Welcome to the tier list. We got 15 DCEU designs on screen. If your favorite character was not in here, just wait for part 2. Eventually, we will do this again, and we'll talk about more characters. We tried to base it specifically off of their kind of first appearance or first like solo movie. There's about one, I think, in specific that we couldn't get a picture of, but we'll talk about them when we get there. Our tiers, starting with the top, the best of the best, the cream of the crop, 0.3 certified. That's where you want to be, right? Then next up, we got A tier, we got B tier, we got C tier, and then for D tier, we got the heck is this. This is where you remain in infamy, in 0.3 infamy, if you land on the heck is this. So without further ado, gents, are you ready?
I'm ready. I got some initial reactions here, and I gotta
Perfect.
mull over.
Spider-Man.
Crispy characters.
I was born ready.
Let's do it then.
Mm.
All right. First and foremost, we got the number one to start it all off. The main man, if you will, not Lobo. Superman. This is specifically the Man of Steel design Superman suit. How do you guys feel on this?
Oh, this is an easy A for me.
A?
It's an A. It's an A. It's not my favorite Superman suit, but it's really, really good. It's just dark as hell.
I'm going A as well. If it needs to be a little more blue to be fully 0.3 for me.
Yeah. If the blues and reds were just a little more vibrant, I think
Yeah.
this would
Yeah.
easily be 0.3 certified. But you know what this costume reminds me of heavily? The first Andrew Garfield Spider-Man suit. Like that
That's-
weird muted
has that
blue and
same
red.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
So,
Best live action Superman suit, in my opinion.
oh, for sure.
But it might get beat here in a year.
I was gonna say, it makes me excited to see what James Gunn and crew have cooking, because this is I think a tough but also fairly easy one to beat if done right.
Yeah.
Do they keep the underwear?
I am always in for trunks all day. Wolverine, Superman, yes, they need them. They need it.
Let's see what they do.
They won't.
They won't. Next up, a lot of people's favorite Batsuit design. We have Batfleck. This is specifically the Batman versus Superman design. If you don't know this one, I don't know how, but it's the giant bat logo, very much inspired from the Dark Knight Returns, shorter bat ears. I'll be honest, I really like this one. I really, really like this design.
But is it the best?
It's up there.
It's up there in the A range.
It's definitely up there.
Okay. Well, wait, Hero. Where do you put it? A, B certified. And we'll let Spider-Man no tie break. Or maybe not.
I honestly, I would personally put it up here.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the best Batman suits out there.
SB.
I hate to be that guy, but I want to put it at like B.
So what a bad tiebreaker.
Wait, it's like rock, paper, scissors, and you're like flame. And I'm like,
volcano.
Dude, I don't know. It's just like,
okay, what don't you like about the suit?
I always hated that
Google it.
logo.
Really?
I just
You don't like the fat bat?
No, I'm not a fan of the fat bat. The ears are just like,
Oh, that's my favorite part. I love his cowl.
I don't like the cowl. The chin. It's a good chin.
Oh yeah, Affleck's got a nice
Chin
looking
strap,
chin, bro.
but I don't know. Just I like my Arkham suits. I like my Battinson suit.
Okay, but
I like my Dark Knight suit.
All right. So when you first saw this, right? How did it make you feel? Let's think back to what was it? 20 I can't even remember. 13, 14?
Oh, I got the poster in my room. Let me see.
How did you feel?
Covered. I don't know.
Because I feel like if you were hyped at first, because here's the thing.
I don't
comparing
remember my thoughts on this movie.
Oh, not the movie. I just mean the costume.
Or not the movie. Oh yeah.
Because here's the thing. Comparing it to Battinson's suit, it's not fair. Because I think Battinson's suit is just it's a different level. And a very different kind of suit.
Take the suit off and Batfleck beats the hell out of Battinson.
Every day.
Yeah, Batfleck's physique is freaking.
That's what I'm saying.
0.3 certified.
In the suit. All right, you're telling me if you were stealing a candy bar from the convenience store and Batfleck showed up and said, "What are you doing?" You wouldn't be like, "Dog, I wasn't doing anything," because that suit looks so intimidating and ridiculous that it may just happen to be 0.3 certified. The more I talk about this, move it up. I think it's an A. It's got to fall in an A. By default, law of averages, B plus 0.3.
I was gonna say we gotta keep it. We gotta split the baby since we're
that's fine.
We're all three of us. Yeah, I'm okay with that though. I personally would put it at 0.3, but A is okay too. Well, next up, I hope we're not in disagreement of this one because I feel like this one should be easy. I might be wrong because I thought the other ones would be easy. But we got Wonder Woman, specifically from Wonder Woman 1, where her colors are more brighter because Batman versus Superman, her skirt is very like dark. It's almost black, not even a blue. In the Wonder Woman movie, very vibrant colors. Spider-Man, I'll kick this one off for you to start it. Where are we putting this one?
The pressure is on.
That's massive pressure. This is tough.
I'm 0.3 certifying this one.
Ooh, let's go.
Yeah.
It's a killer freaking suit.
Talk about taking inspiration from the comics and finding a way to modernize it and make it look better than comics. Because I would say it's better than her weird like underwear trunk thing that she has in the comics. When I think of Wonder Woman, I think this battle skirt and the armor she has.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It felt really good with the story that they told, and it felt more in line with what you would wear coming from Themyscira from the DCEU standpoint. Now, I will say, I feel like there's definitely some controversy surrounding Wonder Woman in a modern design age of keeping the traditional, but changing the look of her character. This is a really good example of casting the right person with the right suit on. It just is very fitting for Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
And if you went someone who's like beefier, I think it would look weird, and you'd probably go like the undies look. But this was just masterful, just all around, just very good.
Yeah, I love the boots of it too.
Boots are dope. The way it just fits right.
Yeah, talk about like a character or a person fitting into the suit incredibly well.
Is this the what? Okay, I'll say because of the suit. When I see Gal Gadot, I think she is Wonder Woman, as much as I think Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark in Iron Man.
Yes.
More
I
so
agree
than I
with
think
that.
Henry Cavill is Superman.
Yes.
It's not
I
Henry
agree.
Cavill's
I
just
agree with
good
that.
at stuff. Like
Henry Cavill's just good at everything.
yeah,
And because I also see him as Geralt.
100%.
When I think of Henry,
Yeah.
I do think of Geralt as well. So
Weird. I think of Mission Impossible 2 as the guy.
he was also really good in that.
Oh my gosh, dude! I went down a rabbit hole at that the other day. By the way, it's total sidebar that I could run into, but oh man, I need to watch that again.
Good movies. All right. Next up, this one was specifically requested by the lovely Spider Brando. We got Cyborg from Zack Snyder's Justice League and Josh Whedon's Justice League.
Ooh.
I'm gonna let Spider Brando start with this one. What are you feeling on this one? I have a feeling I know where you want it, but what are your thoughts?
What the heck is this?
Ooh. Why is that?
It's just like it just looks so bad. He looks like a freaking Terminator and not actually, I mean, I guess that's like the point of Cyborg, but I don't know. Like comparing him to Teen Titans Cyborg, and I guess could be super hard to do live action, but also not hard to do with the budget that Warner Brothers and DC has. I would have preferred like a more classic route than like a Terminator 2.0. So I'm
That's
not a big
fair.
fan of the whole red either. Like he's always had more like a blue color scheme. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of it.
When I think of Cyborg, I think of someone. I think of the character he was before. Someone who loved playing football, who very physical. That's why losing his body hurts him. And maybe that's what they're trying to do with this. But when I see this, I don't think of someone who enjoys football, or it feels like it just strips so much of his character away.
Mhm.
And not only is it a weird design like the slender body, which I personally don't mind, I just think it's too bland. Like there's no flavoring, there's no seasoning, there's nothing unique. Like I could see this design being in a Terminator movie. Or it was in a Terminator movie, I feel like.
Yeah. The thing that's missing for me is having places where you see flesh. There needed to be more flesh scattered throughout Cyborg to really not give like a horror element to his character, but I think exactly what you said. Someone who's physical, who like that's a constant reminder when you look in the mirror. It's like, yeah, I'm changed. I'm not the same person. But at the same time, he looks way too mechanical and like diamond like, of where you see all these different shapes and prisms and all that kind of stuff. Like it's just, I didn't love it, to be honest with you. I'll put it in C though, because I do think in action scenes he does look pretty sick, but overall I just think it was a poor choice and it felt more generic than most things, especially in Justice League.
Yeah. I will agree with the C. Sorry, Spider Brando. Mainly because at least when I look at this, I still get the feeling it's supposed to be Cyborg. And I don't think, oh well, that's just another guy. I guess, another robot. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm indifferent towards it. I'm not a fan of it, but I don't hate it either. I just personally would never go with that design.
It's I'll say this from a Mortal Kombat standpoint. From live action, if you were to take Kano and Jax and add a DC's flair to it, you get that combination of shoulders down look that Jack may bring, but
Yeah.
from head up, that side that you kind of get with the eye and those types of things. So it's possible.
Yeah.
But more flesh was just needed for me overall. That's what I always think of when I think of what would a live action cyborg look like.
Agreed. Very well. C is where he will live. Just kind of above hatred. Next up,
It's
the
fitting
Flash.
for Cyborg.
It is,
C for
right?
Cyborg.
Yeah, C for Cyborg. There you go. Next up, we don't have an F tier because this is where that movie would live. But costume-wise and purely costume-wise, so gents, we have to separate our hate for a moment. The Flash, specifically The Flash movie costume. Lou, I'm gonna throw this one over to you. Thoughts?
No, I don't hate this. I'm just gonna say that because especially when I was looking for Funkos and this came out and I was standing there, I was like, damn, that looks good. I actually like the way that this suit looks. I just think that they ruined it by making him Rubberman in the beginning of the movie. But in overall terms, like when Barry 2 was like, yo, jump into this so you can do some stuff, I'm like, that's a dope suit. I'd want to be in it. I put it on an E tier personally.
Spider Brando?
I'm going A tier.
Oh,
The
you're gonna say
movie-
the heck is this? I'm just
No. The movie is what the heck is this? But the suit was probably the best thing from that movie.
The suit was kind of dope. I don't know about the whole butt double thing that came onto that though. You guys ever see
was
that?
weird. Yes.
From like
I
the
did.
behind scenes, like when his back was facing the camera, they had a butt double come in, so it just like looked fuller in the cheek.
Man's not doing his squats.
I guess
No.
not. You can tell by the way he runs. My man's got no power.
I will say, as much as I hate this movie, I think this is one of the best Flash designs out there. I like the suit, but one thing that I feel like we talked about a lot when the movie came out in trailers that we do like about the movie, when he's running and the way it charges up and like the yellow lines, that's like perfect Flash. I don't know exactly what I would change about it though to make this like S tier 0.3 certified. It feels like it's missing that one last thing though, but I can't quite put my finger on what it is. So me personally, A plus though.
I'm gonna be honest, this might be weird to say. The Flash suit looks better in someone who's taller.
I can see
I
that.
think for me that's kind of it of like I
Mm.
like the aesthetics, but someone who's like 6'3", 60. I don't know exactly how tall Barry Allen or Wally West are in their suits, but I always see like the more like longer versions of Flash from like the animated series and shows and stuff of like slightly broader, a little bit taller, more leg. I think this suit would pop a lot more. And I think that's the reason why I like Batfleck's suit is because of the shape and the size of and the dimensions that he has. You put that on someone thinner with that size of a logo, everyone's going to be like, this logo looks trash. Why? Because the person doesn't really, that their chest isn't the right size, their shoulders
They're not
aren't broad
filling it
enough,
in.
their torso's not long enough. So if this was elongated a little bit more, I think it would have made the lightning look that much better. That would have been my only change. But the golden boots though are nasty.
Yeah, this is a good Flash costume. Very good. Next up, Aquaman 2. Aquaman. This was the one that I, for some reason, for the life of me, could not find Aquaman 1. Aquaman. Don't ask me why. And the pictures I found were blurry as heck. So I just said, we're going with Aquaman 2. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. I feel like this should be 0.3 certified. This is a nasty looking suit. I love the colors, the scales, the armor look. It looks regal. One of the best superhero costumes out there.
SB
0.3 certified.
triple it up.
It's a killer suit, man.
It's so nasty, dude.
Name someone who pulls off a better color combo than Aquaman, though. Who else
Orange
is
and
orange and
green?
green that doesn't? That's off the top of your head. Find me someone. I don't think you can.
I can't think of
Nah.
anyone besides like a leprechaun.
But
yeah.
this one,
Howard the Duck. Orange shirt,
yeah,
orange
true.
bill. Or not
this
orange, green shirt, orange bill.
True.
this one, I will say, the detail. This would be a suit that I want to see in person.
Yes. 100%.
I would love to go to some sort of like museum and see it pulled from the movies with a trident and this on a mannequin just to see how good it looks. I would love to see this and literally touch it.
It just makes me feel like they said, okay, what worked in the first one?
Mm-hmm.
And let's just make it better. And essentially what they said was, okay, let's just make it brighter. Because that's really, in all honesty, kind of all that they did. And it looks so sick. And it fits him so well, too.
Shout out Zack Snyder. Darkening life. Even this next dude, I'm not going to jump ahead, but go ahead.
No, let's get to him. Martian Manhunter, Zack Snyder's Justice League, who was in there for very little, but enough to have rate a design.
I'm gonna go. The heck is this? I don't like. What was the goal here? Not with his design, like literally the suit, the chest, the X cross with the red of like what's going on. I don't know. I can't like interpret what it looked like going back and watching it. Not saying it's terrible, but for me, it's just I look at it and it's just like I turn my head like a dog sometimes. I'm like, what am I looking at?
Yeah, Spider Brando.
I'd say I'm torn between the heck is this and C. So I'm going to default to the heck is this the more I look at it.
Interesting.
What does he think? What does he think?
It's hard because I have a soft spot for Martian Manhunter.
Same dog. Same.
And I actually like this. I actually really like this suit.
What about it though? Because remove the way he looks and just the suit with the cape.
But my thing is we're rating the whole design.
All right.
Especially with him. Here's the thing. He's honestly the first character I would say on here, besides Cyborg, right? That is kind of also the look of his person, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody else kind of fits in very well, and they don't have that issue. But Martian Manhunter is a CGI character. And I think the face and the eyes looks fantastic. And looking at like a full body art of what it looks like, a concept art of it, it looks really good. I really like it. I like the X because it's playing homage to the OG costume without looking silly. Yeah, I like this. I would put it at B though, because even though I like it, I feel like it's missing a couple things to make it like an A. But I would personally put it at B.
At for those reasons, at best, I can move it to a C. They could make this. They could come out with 10 more versions of Martian Manhunter suit, and 10 of them would be better. For me, if you can get that much better, which I think that they really could with this, I don't know. I'm like, why did you choose that? That's my deck is this. Like, Cyborg I can get away with. I don't know. And I love Martian Manhunter, but I think that's why I probably don't feel as favorable for this, is because I'm a lot more critical. Because my expectation of what I want is more of that like seafoam-ish green type of skin with the lighter blue cape with the red X on it. Like, that type of thing with the trunks. Give me the little boots and stuff with it. I just like the more classic Manhunter from my perspective. So
Fair.
but
Let's put it at
yeah,
C.
yeah, I'll go. That's fine. That's fine.
Split the
I think
baby.
if this suit had like a full red X and not just like whatever the heck that
You mean
X outline
heck?
is, or
The
yeah,
heck?
whatever the heck that X outline is,
That's fair.
I'd move it up.
Okay.
That's
okay.
fair.
Who do we got next?
All right. Next up, we got Batflick making a return. This time, specifically, his blue, if you want to call it blue, his weird blue and gray suit from The Flash that he used in the chase sequence at the beginning.
I
This is
did
an
not
ugly
like
suit.
this.
This
I
is
did
an
not
ugly
like
I'd,
this
suit.
suit.
I'd keep it there. I don't like it.
I
So
just,
random.
it's yeah. I go down with that one. I just
It feels like it took someone looked at the Batflick suit, the original one, and said, let's take away everything cool about it. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to make it weirdly chainmail like. It's going to have a bunch of holes in it. And the Bat logo is going to be kind of cut in half. And as much as I like the big fat Batman logo, the minute you start like cutting it or playing it into a different kind of shape and playing with other shapes around it, it looks ugly.
I didn't love when it came out and everyone's like, they finally gave Batman a gray and blue suit. And I'm like, no, like,
This ain't it.
no, this is not good. It reminds me of like the 90s George Clooney blue with like a weird battle update to it.
Yeah.
And I didn't really love that suit. Go check out our Batman tier ranking for suits. We talk about
And that's why I say it's a weird blue, because they also didn't pick a blue that Batman is kind of like synonymous with.
Mm-hmm.
They picked that weird grayish blue that, like you said, the only other place I've seen it is in George Clooney's, and it's a ugly blue on this suit. It doesn't work. I don't know if also it being exposed in daylight makes it worse, because I feel like now you see all the details of it and it looks just bad, honestly.
Listen, like many things in this movie, this was intentional.
Yeah.
And it was not good.
You think they lightened it up just to kind of like offset the tone that the darkness that the DCEU had during the last appearance, just to have like a final?
I mean, it was intentional that they did brighten up everyone's suit for this. Even Gal Gadot, when she showed up, like they did it on purpose. But then again, we're not really seeing this suit in all of its like true natural glory.
Oh, yeah.
We have, color grading and editing and all that kind of crap with it. But even still, I hope I never see this suit ever again.
Yeah, throw it in the trash.
Until I watch this video. Like that's the only other time.
That's why all the McFarlane toys of this specific suit are still sitting at pegs at Walmart.
Yeah.
Because it looks horrible.
Yeah. You can't make this one look good. And I'm so sorry, Ben Affleck, that this is your final run. You gone but never forgotten.
No, this is definitely forgotten.
Gone and forgotten.
Yeah. Next up, we got what every girl in whatever year this movie came out of dressed up as Halloween. We got Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad, the David Ayer Suicide Squad, which includes her weird jacket, the Daddy's Little Monster rip tee, her short little booty shorts and fishnets, which forever changed for a lot of people what Harley looks like, and for a long time did. Spider Brando, I'm gonna kick this one off to you. What do you think about this?
You gotta know me first. I'm torn. I want to know what your guys' opinions are before mine, but I want to put it at 0.3 certified.
Oh.
It's a great. It's a very different take on Harley,
Different ain't always good.
but I mean it fits a lot of Harley's characteristics and kind of.
This tells you the kind of women Spider-Man. I'm just messing. I'm messing.
Yeah, this is crazy that this is alive too.
I'm gonna put it in B. My first entrance into B. It was.
Or not to be.
That is the question. That's fair.
That's the question.
But I like it because it's fitting for the character, Margot Robbie, the character that moves forward. I like it because it's unique to who they presented to us. However, I have a soft spot for animated Batman Harley Quinn and kind of that type of look. It's unique, you know what I mean? Like for all the wrestling fans out there, this is like a dream for a wrestler to kind of ultimately evolve into, to be like, this is great. The costume alone itself isn't bad. It's just busy and interesting. And do I think that you're going to stop some enchantress, like world-ending type of killer monster type person in this? No. Like, this is straight out of the Warriors movie, if you guys have ever seen that, like Street Gang. Like, it fits. I don't love it. I don't hate it, but it fits.
I'll be honest. I would have put it at a C, personally, because I get what they're trying to go for with it. They were like, someone was in the meeting room and they're like, "What if Harley Quinn was sexy?" And they were like, "Yes, make her sexy." And then this is what you got, and it's like,
and
fine.
You couldn't say anything sexier than Daddy's Little Monster. I mean, that's like, that just sends everybody just through the top,
into a rage. Yeah, no, I personally don't like it. It feels very C-like, just because there's a different costume that is so much better. Yeah, I'll split the baby with you guys a B, because I feel like that averages out a little more.
That's fair.
Oh.
That's fair.
Next one. I don't think we're going to have much debate on this one. Cheetah from Wonder Woman 1984. And let me tell you guys, out of all the pictures, this one took me the absolute longest to find. And I had to go into the annals of Reddit. I had to take this from a Reddit post to find a non-blurry picture, because every picture on Google, for some reason, was of the trailer of the movie, where they basically freeze framed it and screenshotted that. I guess nobody wanted to remember this movie and bothered to take a higher resolution look at her until I found this Reddit post, which kind of gives a better look. So I'll be honest, what the heck is this?
The heck is that?
Yeah, I'll go with that. I mean, if I were to see it and you were like, "What DC character is this?" I'm like, probably Cheetah, but it feels very generic. It doesn't feel like they put too much effort. Hero, they got your red eyes though. I don't know, man. That might move it up a spot.
Nah.
I'm kidding. I just
live in infamy so we can forget about this.
Yeah, I would not put this anywhere else. So
Yeah.
I think
let's forget about this design as much as Steve Trevor's body double forgot about Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Next up, we should. Next up, Doomsday from Batman versus Superman. What are your thoughts?
Guys, not only is this one of my favorite superhero movies ever, one of the most enjoyable. I enjoyed the heck out of this movie. I hated the ending. I like Doomsday. When I saw Doomsday, I thought, this is Doomsday. Do I wish he had his green basketball shorts on? No. But I liked Doomsday. I personally give him an A.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Yeah, when you see this and Superman's like, if Doomsday lived and Superman died, and someone posted this and they're just like, Doomsday, watch out for this guy. He killed Superman. And be like, that guy definitely killed Superman. He looks ugly and menacing and nasty. And every time he evolved, he got worse to the point where he just looked like a rage monster at the end of that movie. I give the style an A. I think he looked good.
Interesting. Spider-Man.
B.
B.
It's a good adaptation from, or like translation from comics to live action. But I don't know, it just looks too funky at times.
I'll put it at
Where would you
B.
put it?
Okay. Why?
Seems like you're gonna put it worse.
Yeah. Why? Why is it so weird? Don't be nice. Don't be nice. Let's be real here. We're live.
I'll be honest. It's a C
You
for
called
me.
me out, man. I gotta call you out.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I like
Yeah.
it. I'd say C personally. I'm just trying to split the child here. C because it just feels so generic, right? Like if you were to tell me, hey, or not me, but if you told Chat GPT, make me a giant monster that has kind of spikes, and would fight someone very powerful, this is what it would come up with.
Boom.
And it's just like there's nothing inspiring about him. Like I think the face is the best part of him.
It's a very important piece.
But everything else is just kind of crappy. I will say, I don't know if you guys ever seen it, the concept art for Doomsday.
It looks ridiculous.
No, it looks so much better.
That's what I'm saying. Ridiculous isn't like a good.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
That's laughable how good they tried to make it.
Final. Why?
But I think of it more of like he was just born and he's evolving into, because again, if I were to talk about the movie, Doomsday still had to take another step, in my opinion, before he did what he actually did. And I think that final Frieza version of him isn't some smooth little monster. It's kind of Form 2 of just like, you look like hell on two legs.
Which I feel like a spikier, spikier version of Doomsday would be.
Yeah.
But this just kind of feels like just there. So yeah, B. I feel like some people watching this are probably going to be like, what? They gave it a B? Yeah, because I mean, the bones are there. The bones are there for it. I just think they needed to execute it better, and they ultimately just left stuff out that they...
We need to make sure that that's the final version of him that we're seeing, okay? The final version. My guy was just born like hours before this. Cut him some slack,
Well...
It could be worse. It could be worse.
It could be worse. It could be Cheetah, and it could be weird Batfleck.
Yeah.
Batman. It could be a lot worse. But it doesn't matter because the hierarchy of the DCEU designs are about to change. We got Black Adam from Black Adam. Specifically, we have to make this note with the hood. With the hood.
Oh. 0.3 certified. No question in my mind. I'll debate it.
Spider-Man?
P3C.
Oh,
yeah.
I like that.
I love this design, and I wish he kept it. I wish he kept the hood.
Oh, yeah. He's just zapping the hell out of people in that thing, and I'm like, let's go. This movie gets too much hate, in my opinion. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
That's not what this is about, but...
We need to do a video on that again. But, yeah, this movie gets hated on a little too much.
But he looked good. One of the best suits. That's another suit that like I want to see it in person. Like I feel like when I touch it, one, I'm gonna get electrocuted. That's for darn sure. Two, it feels like the way that they made it feel like I feel like it is from Kondak. I'm just like, is this like woven? Like
the texture of
like,
it.
Yeah, like what is it? And for how big the Rock is, the fact that like he doesn't like overshadow the suit in a lot of ways. Like, it looks good.
Yeah.
That was going to be my main point, is that it's The Rock. The Rock inherently, because it's The Rock, is already a cool person and his character is already going to be cool. But this just makes him look cooler. So imagine saying this is the costume that made The Rock look even cooler. Like, come on, man. It's like his theme song, you know, in wrestling. Like, it's a cool theme song.
It's just cool. It just bleeds cool.
I love this costume.
It's cool.
I wish there was more of it.
Oh yeah, I would have been rooting for him versus anyone. Henry
Did he
Cavill,
need a
Shazam.
cape?
That could be a debate for a longer time. I feel like I could talk about that for a minute. However, name another character who would look just as cool with a cape, without a cape, and with a hood on.
With a hood and a cape.
Hooded cape.
Nasty.
Ooh.
Nasty. The attachments that we could have here.
Well,
Gentlemen.
sick. Sick.
Mm.
Well, so the next one is sick. He's
Start
sick in
at
the
the bottom.
head
Just
because
start
he,
at the bottom
he
right
has
there.
tattoo damaged on his forehead. That's how sick
Dude.
he
Bro.
is.
No
I don't even want to
regrets.
think about. I don't
No
even want to.
regrets.
Hey, listen.
No.
We don't
movie.
hate typos and we don't hate typos and tattoos.
No, that's good. It's all right. I'm just saying this choice was just
Because doesn't he have like the typo?
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No. He has damaged on his forehead, but I don't think he has like any other words other than like haha everywhere.
I thought he got a no
Guys.
words one.
No, I think that was a meme. Gangster Joker from the Suicide Squad. Jared Leto's Joker.
great soundtrack, bad Joker. The heck
Going
is
at the
this?
bottom
This
right
is
now.
Below the heck is this?
Yeah, I agree.
And it's just
This
like,
is one of my
did anyone else
favorite Jokers.
favorite? What did he do?
I don't know. I vented to you guys
Just
about
laughing
this
in the booty
once
club. He didn't do
before.
anything.
I don't know.
If you're a Jared Leto fan, I
just
guess
don't see it. Just
like,
don't see it.
maybe people are into that. I don't know. Just
I feel like there's a world where you can make a gangster Joker work. But like the weird tattoos and like leaning into the I'm crazy type of trope of him, I don't think that was the way to go. And I ultimately think that's what makes this look. They're trying too hard to be cool. And then he just looks goofy and bad goofy, not even like cool goofy. No, it's bad.
If he was an original character and they didn't steal the ha 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 stuff and this wasn't Joker, maybe there's a world that I like this. But Joker's my favorite villain and I don't care for it. I'm willing to say that, as Batman is 2 spots over. Batman's my favorite superhero ever. So
yeah, it's not a good design.
No.
Next up, second to last, we got our second repeat. We got Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad, James Gunn's Suicide Squad. This is her full costume that she wears, I think, at the start of the movie and then loses it for some reason. Or because she gets kidnapped, right? I'll be honest. I think this is a 0.3 certified. I love this costume of Harley.
I'm 0.3. Yeah. No further questions.
Run it.
Right.
Run it. Such a great design. Oh my gosh.
I was going to say, it's the same thing as Wonder Woman, where it's take inspiration from like comics and like other adaptations and find a way to make it like cool and unique while still being like tactical for the purpose of your movie. This feels like a tactical Harley suit. Like she's going out on a mission, like Super Spy Harley. I love it, dude. It's so
100%.
cool.
Color scheme, fantastic. The corset style, the belt, the kind of diamonds of like playing into that card type of thing with that type of theme. The way that her makeup is done, like everything about this is just so detailed, in my opinion, that like it gives me hope for all James Gunn. Like, does James Gunn really miss when it comes to suits and costumes and looks of his heroes and villains?
No.
No.
It also helps that Margot Robbie's just so killer at her role.
100%. But it fits the character, just like you're saying with
Mhm.
Gal Gadot. Like this, when I think of Harley Quinn, when I think of Suicide Squad, this is what I think of. This is Suicide Squad, not that fool at the bottom.
Which fool? Because the last one is everybody's new favorite fool. We got Peacemaker. This is specifically from the Peacemaker show. Or no, this is the Suicide Squad one. Sorry. The only difference from the Peacemaker show is that his blues are brighter. But I couldn't find a good picture of it, so I just went with when John Cena went to the premiere dressed up as Peacemaker, because I think it offers a great look at it. How do we feel about this one?
Do you guys want me to break the ice on this and then just...
Yes.
Okay. This for me, based on what I just said, is an A.
I agree. I second that. I was gonna say A from the start.
Go A.
Okay.
I'm up
I
there.
was ready to defend just so
No.
hard.
No. It's just too good. It's a way of... it's a simple costume design.
Mhm.
There's nothing like extraordinary except maybe the helmet being like the most eye-catching part. But it looks good. And it looks like something that this character would wear in universe, knowing who he is. And in real world, I wouldn't be like too shocked to see it. It looks cool.
For me personally, I really like it because I think it fits John Cena. I think John Cena is a massive human being, and I've watched John Cena for a very long time in my life, and I think he looks really awkward outside of most things in a lot of roles that he plays, besides like the tactical tight black shirt, military style stuff, which this kind of is in a way. But it's fun. It's like, it's such a fun suit. If I had to choose any of these, would I pick Peacemaker's suit? Absolutely not. I would never wear that in a million years. But the way that it's designed, helmet included, it's kind of silly, but it's so fitting for the Peacemaker character live action, John Cena. Like, it just blends so well, and I think it's just a good choice all around. Just makes sense.
Agreed.
But
Well,
I sometimes don't know why, but it does.
yeah. It's hard. This is one of those that's hard to explain why to people it looks good. But I think when you see like Suicide Squad and then Peacemaker, seeing him in motion and like the things that it does and how it fits him, it just looks good.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to explain it without someone having seen the projects. Because I feel like at first glance, someone will look at this and be like, that's silly.
Yeah.
But I like it. I quite like it. Well, we have our tier list done, but we're not done. We have to, something that we do here in all of them, we go through the tiers and then order them very quickly. So let's do that starting from the bottom. The heck is this? At the best, worst costume, I guess you can say, you have Batfleck, then you have Cheetah, and then you have Joker. Is Joker the worst of these three designs?
No, just the dumbest.
Who is the worst?
I think it's Batman. Oh, shoot. All right, hero.
No, we
gotta
go
break
Batman. We can go Batman.
Oh, never mind. Fun's over.
I was going to say, I think Batman's worse. And then I would also dare say Cheetah's worse than Joker. Like, she looks dumber than Joker, but better than Batman's weird costume.
God, it's not a flattering photo at all.
No.
Damn.
It is what it is. C tier, we got Cyborg and Martian Manhunter. Who looks better in this one?
I think it's in order.
Spider Brando? Break the tie here because I think Martian Manhunter is better.
I think he's better too.
There we go. That's what we're talking about, boy.
Oh, we lost the C tier. It's fine.
It's okay.
go.
What's the B tier?
B tier. Who's better, Harley or Doomsday?
Harley.
I'll go Harley as well.
I didn't lose the B tier. I thought you guys were gonna throw Doomsday.
No. I think Harley looks better. It's goofy, but it's better. Well,
It's a whole fit, top to bottom, versus my
yeah.
over there.
All right. Now the next two tiers, these are going to be the ones
That's
that are difficult.
big time.
A tier, we got first up Man of Steel, Superman. We got Batman versus Superman, Batfleck. We got The Flash. And then we have Suicide Squad, Peacemaker. I will say I think Peacemaker is where he deserves to be at.
Agree. I would move one person.
Who's that?
Flash. To the front of the line, baby.
The front?
To the front of the line.
Spider Brando?
I'm definitely moving him over that Batman.
Okay.
And
I would
think I'm moving
agree.
him over Superman.
The majority
wouldn't?
wins here. I wouldn't, but I also understand it. Like, I'm not mad at it. I personally wouldn't, but I'm okay with it.
I'm just going off the basis. I don't think the Flash suit will ever get better. I think that's like the best that we may ever see the Flash suit.
I hope
Superman
not.
suit can't get better. No, I hope not, but
True. All right. Is Batfleck where he deserves, or is he above Superman?
I'll lock that in.
I'll second that, Spider Brando.
Lock it in.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Well, your A through the heck is this. Last, definitely not least, we got the cream of the crop. We got 0.3 certified. At the top, we have Wonder Woman. We got Aquaman 2, Aquaman. We got Black Adam. And then we have Harley Quinn from James Gunn's Suicide Squad.
Guys.
Is this in order?
No.
I don't think so either.
No.
Who are we moving?
No.
I got my order.
No.
Hit
My
us, Spider
order.
Brando.
Go. Aquaman.
Okay.
Fuck, it's tough. Black
I'm
I
just
Adam.
agree. I agree with this first pick.
Oh shoot.
Black Adam.
Black Adam second,
Bro, what?
and then
No,
Guys, no.
I don't know, man.
I want both of you to Google Harley Quinn Suicide Squad right now and make it as
Okay.
big as possible.
Let me look at it again. Hold on.
As
above
big
Aquaman. No, that's so weird.
Oh.
We talked very highly.
From the chest up, like 100% full thing. I'm not saying, yeah, of course, we talk pretty highly. This is 0.3 certified, but complete look, top to bottom, head to toe, 360.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to agree.
I've got to say,
Yeah.
she's got the most complete fit. It's just detail on detail on detail.
And here's the reason why. Immediately next to it is someone cosplaying from the Suicide Squad movie. That exact same costume, and it looks sick. It looks so good. Yeah. I ooh. Yeah. I'm okay with that.
Oh, it's money. It's such a good fit.
Yeah. Complete package.
Layered.
Yes.
And it's layered up too. Like you would need so much VC to even begin to make this. You're at
Yeah.
game's end by the time you get a fit like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Don't tell me you didn't. I mean, did you look at the back of the jacket? Did anyone see what it says?
No, I
Live
haven't
fast, die
found.
young.
Is that what it says?
Think so. Oh, this picture that I'm looking at, it says live fast, die young back there.
Does it say die young, Spider Brando?
I can't find a picture of it. For some reason.
Oh, I guess I don't know if that's an official one.
Well,
I don't know.
either
Anyways,
way,
it's
I'm
neither
putting it
here
up
nor
there.
there.
Yeah, I'm putting it up there. All right, is Aquaman where he deserves to be?
Oh, it says die clown. I'm stupid.
Uh,
I'd put him
I'm-
over these two.
I'm tied. I'm tied between him and Wonder Woman.
Ooh. So is Black Adam the last?
I think Black Adam would be.
Yeah.
See,
I
that
feel like
felt-
what would set him off completely, a much more vibrant gold for his lightning logo, that would set that costume off to 1,000,000%. It's too muted.
I agree. If we saw him again, I wholeheartedly think that they would do that for Black Adam 2 or something like that. That'd be like the next evolution of his suit.
All right, Wonder Woman or Aquaman?
I'll lock it in. It's interchangeable for me. I don't care. But Aquaman's just it's nasty. It's just
Spider Brando?
so good.
Lock it.
I'll third that. We'll lock it in. Well, that is your final tier list for the DCEU design. Let's put an asterisk part 1 because there's definitely going to be a part 2. There's too many characters that we've left out that definitely we need to talk about.
Guys, does this 0.3 certified tier dump on a Marvel 0.3 certified tier?
What was our old 0.3 certified for? Maybe.
I don't remember. Maybe we need to do another.
we need to do another. I don't think we haven't. This
We
in
haven't
fact is
done.
our third tier list. So I think we need to eventually do an MCU one, right?
Yeah. So we've
Yeah.
only done the Batman suits,
And the Spider-Man,
Spider-Man suits.
specifically Peter Parker. I always have to add that.
That's it.
Ooh. Okay. Let me ask this question before we go. Does your favorite MCU Spider-Man make it above any of the 0.3 certified in the DCEU?
Ooh, no, definitely not. I can confidently
MCU
say they would not.
Spider-Man.
No,
I mean, A tier's crispy too.
it would make it above the A tier.
Man, that final swingsuit might. That final swingsuit might make it 0.3.
It feels like an A tier to me, Spider Brando.
I have one big caveat with the final swingsuit, but we can talk about that when the time is appropriate.
Is it too shiny?
It feels like it's satin. Like
So
it feels
do-
like I would put it on my head when I don't want my hair to frizz up.
Have you ever swung around the city in cotton or wool, sir? Satin is
boy.
definitely the most liberating of all the materials to swing in.
I mean, I get it, but still, no. But this is our tier list, everybody. Thank you for joining us in this longer than normal live stream because of technical difficulties. We appreciate you sticking around. If you are watching this later, if you're watching now, make sure you do a couple things for us. You subscribe, you comment. Do you agree with the tier list that we made? Who do you want to see in part 2? Who do you want to see in an MCU? Who do you want to see for a future tier list? Let us know. Follow us on social medias. Join our Discord. Everybody, thank you so much. We appreciate you. 2024 just getting started. Saying goodbye to January. Everybody, until next time, please keep watching us. Keep reading. and keep nerding out. We will catch you next live stream.